Hello and welcome to GrassRooz Music TV. I'm Ewan and I'm joined by my co-presenter Louie, and together we'll be bringing you a selection of some of the best acts currently on the grassroots music circuit.
Without further ado, let's kick off the show with a great band called Too Many Temples and their song, The Chair.
Wrapped in foil, handle with care. You make me feel so happy. Time is down, so come with me. Stay away. I love you in every way. I want you every day. She downstairs, she won't know. Light me up and make me sleep away. Now that I'm dying, want me to stay. While I was feeling, you threw me away. Say what you want, but make me stay. I don't know why, but take me away. Come help me. Take away.
Now, Louisa's been out scouting some of the brilliant talent that's there on the circuit, and she's downstairs with an act that she's invited in now. So I'll hand it over to her.
And now I'm here in the acoustic room of Rooz Studios with my good friend Troy Mitchell. I'm pretty excited to hear this new song, House of Commons.
That's what he said. I'm not sorry, but what you see is what you get. Then he took me out for a while, and he told me what he heard, and he said to me that you need her. Then he told me stories about her, how you, not just me, but he was nice to everyone. Then he took me out for a while, and he told me what he heard. I said, brother, that mate, that's inside. 'Cause what you see is what you get when I'm alone. For all the times you tried to call me on the phone. What you see is what you get when I'm alone. For all the times you tried to call me on the phone. When you was brought down the old House of Commons, then you marched yourself on the number 10 Downing Street. And when they took your what you said to me, the all good things in life just send in misery. That's what he said. I'm not a servant, but what you see is what you'll get. Then he took me out for a while, and he told me what he heard. I said, brother, that mate, that's the time. 'Cause what you see is what you get when I'm alone. For all the times you tried to call me on the phone. What you see is what you get when I'm alone. For all the times you tried to call me on the phone. Remember when you was brought down the old House of Commons, then you marched yourself off the number 10 Downing Street, yeah. When they nicked you what you said to me, all good things in life just send in misery. When you got out, you were the good old West End boys. You were singing songs all through the night. Remember that wise old man, they said he lost his sight. I never knew that would be our last goodbye.
Now we have Sam Scherdel playing his song, If We Danced. But first, Sam's going to be giving us a few words of wisdom from his experience as a musician.
David Bowie's up there for me as like one of my heroes. I just love what he did and how he moved with the times and the variety that he did with his writing and his work. Bruce Springsteen as well, he just seems like a really nice bloke, and yeah, he's a huge influence on what I do. I think that some critics up north said that I'm like the South Yorkshire Springsteen, which I'm definitely not, but do you know what I mean? It's a very nice comparison. He's like a massive hero of mine. I put the first single out after losing my job, and I just decided I was going to have a career change, and I've kind of just gone hell for leather with music since, and it's become a full-time job. And yeah, I think it's been the best decision I've ever made. I've never been as happy in terms of what I've been doing creatively and the writing and everything like that. If you're going to take it seriously, you've got to find a way to do that. You pick up bits of freelancing work and things like that to help keep the roof over your head, but you've got to give it, it's got to be your main focus. Music's been a massive part of my life. It's like my lifeblood. I can't live without it. Do you know what I mean? I've got to be writing. I've got to be creating. If I'm not, I'm just getting up to mischief and causing a nuisance. We've started getting some like really good support slots. So we supported Two Door Cinema Club, Bremen and the Makers up in Sheffield, and yeah, we played some really big crowds, and yeah, it's just gone like that since. It's been good. The people that are helping out with the gigs and everything and the scene, it's great, and met so many good people down in London, like really salt of the earth people. Love it down here. This EP's just come out, and we're kind of already in this game. You've got to be kind of, I don't know, 18 months ahead of what you're going to be doing. You've always got to have a plan of what you're going to be doing next. We're going to be doing a big show in Doncaster in South Yorkshire. It's about 500 capacity, and it's at the Corn Exchange in Doncaster, so we're taking a big risk. We've never sold that many tickets before, and that's going to be at the end of 2025. If We Danced, we did that in Brighton actually, which is the lead single on the EP, and decided at the last minute, 2 weeks before we were sending it to the pressing plan for the vinyl, that I was going to change 2 lyrics at the start of it. Tensing up for the weekend, and I stock up on cigarettes, which I'll smoke till my lungs turn black. And somebody I know from Sheffield who's got a bit of clout and knows what he's doing in the music industry just turned around to me and says, "You can't release that sound, it's awful, it's god awful, and you need to change it." So I changed it. I did a 5-hour round trip to re-record. It might not even be 30 seconds of vocals, I think it might be 10 seconds of vocals. We changed it to Tensing Up for the Weekend, another one I might forget. And I have forgot again what. But when I play it a bit later, it clicks back in my head. So the song is just about a drunken night out in Sheffield, seeing somebody stood next to a fire exit and just thinking that they'll love your life because you've had a few too many. If We Danced, it's good and I like it.
Tensing up for the weekend, another one I might forget, ends all alone, unfazed to black. And I'm thinking about the last train, I got the coins to say why not, which I'll blow, I'll be walking back. Oh, what you know, I see you standing by the fire exit door. I'm halfway sure this could be the night it turns into something. I'll wait and see. Moving on to Bank Street, down the dream of 50 bars, open soon that will cross paths. Drowned out by the splashes of half the students up in shots and fancy dress, being something that they're not. And off we go, the clock's ticking down, the last train's been there gone. And all I hope, this could be the night that turns into something. I'll wait and see. If we danced, I know we'd fall. If we danced, I know we'd fall. Bobbing up my head from years old liquor waved to see. He was stood by our old street. But I've not got the gumption or the resourcefulness to see there's a chance standing right in front of me. And off we go, the clock's ticking down, the last train's been gone. And all I hope, this was just a night that turned into something more. I'll wait and see. And if we danced, I know we'd fall. If we danced, I know we'd fall. If we danced, I know we'd fall.
If you like a band with a pretty classic British sound, you're going to like this one. Here's Monumental with their song Eyes Wide Open. When artists perform on stage, there are loads of things that don't get seen. There's loads of people behind the scenes who work so hard to make it happen. And today we've got one lady who is very special and works so hard to do such good. It's the wonderful, the lovely Ange from We Believe Music. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
So Ange, We Believe Music does a lot of good work with young upcoming bands. How did you form this? How did it start happening?
It's myself and Ian, my husband, who are We Believe Music. We started doing it just as a hobby, and it's just grown and grown and grown. And now GrassRooz Music has just overtaken our lives. We manage bands, we arrange gigs all over the country, and we just love working with musicians. We love our original music, and we have a real big passion for helping bands, helping them get themselves out there and sharing the music.
What kind of help do you think young bands need the most at the minute to get through?
And we do try our best to support them by pushing these bands on one of our own gigs. We always try to put a young band on every single show that we put on ourselves.
And you do some incredible shows. What venues have you found been really helpful in helping you get your work across and getting those artists on stage?
We work with the iconic venues in Liverpool. The Jacaranda was one of the first venues who we ever worked with. EBGB's, that's another iconic venue there. The Casimir Garden, especially the Jacaranda, that's an iconic venue because that was where the Beatles very first played. It gets busy, you get a lot of tourists going in there. So when you put a gig on in there, you can always be guaranteed a really good turnout.
That's great. And then moving across the UK, you do lots of work in other cities as well.
We do.
How have you found it working with other promoters, other venues outside of Liverpool?
We've built up a great network of promoters right across the country. We're in it for the passion of music and the wish and the want to help musicians get along. For example, I'm here today because our good friend Debbie Cooper of Cooper Concepts invited us along to Rooz Studios. We both have the same ethos. And we work with promoters from right across the UK. We do gig swaps.
That is so good to hear, and it's nice to know that network is there and it's growing. So when the artists come to play, what do you find are the things that artists do really well? What do they struggle with? Do you have any pet peeves of what happens with artists?
Everybody needs to be in it. Everybody needs to play their own part in promoting the show themselves to get people in. But it's when bands come and they don't support each other, they won't stay, they don't arrive for the opening artists, which is really heartbreaking for some of them, and especially young artists that can be soul destroying if they go to play a gig and nobody's there. It's about people being there from the start to the end, all supporting each other and all working together.
So you work really closely with the artists. There's so many other people as well in the industry. Is there anything from those other people that you find frustrating your work or is impacting the future of GrassRooz music?
Yeah, there certainly is, and it's the recent change from a lot of venues across the UK whereby they now don't allow under 18s in to come and perform, and they also don't allow under 18s to come in and see the music. They're taking away the chance for bands to develop, to get the experience of playing to a live audience, and it's impacting on the future of the music industry because young people cannot come in to watch gigs to allow musicians to grow their fan base. I mean, young people under 18, they're the future of the music industry. They're the future fans of all the big bands in the future. Okay, so they're having to wait until they're at least 18 before they can go and do anything, which, you know, they're missing out on valuable years. And this will impact the GrassRooz music industry massively, in my opinion.
And the work you and Ian are doing is incredible. So any artists out there who would like to get in touch, and what's the best way to get involved with you guys?
Just drop us a line on Instagram. We are We Believe Music. That's the only thing you will need to put in. Just type in We Believe Music on Instagram and you will be able to find us. Drop us a line, tell us what help you're looking for, and we will be in touch.
Next up, we've got twins Dylan and Louie Morris from The Station playing their song It'll Be Okay. See if you recognise one of them.
I don't want you to feel like you're on your own. Remember and trust the others and on the road. If you need anything, yeah, it'll be okay. Oh, 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 oh. Nothing is real in times like this. You can make a wish, and I'll be there for you. Remember, it'll be okay.
My guest with me now, I've been very excited to talk to. He is one of the most hard-working, talented and inspirational musicians out there. So it was all part of the plan to get him on the show. It's the one and only Laurie Wright. Laurie, thank you for coming on.
Nah, thanks for having me, man.
Anytime. You've had 2 brilliant albums.
Cheers, man.
And a 3rd one on the way. How's it been writing the 3rd album?
Yeah, brilliant, man. Like, it all sort of came together quite quickly. Like, in fact, a few days before we did the Scala in November, which was the 2nd album release party, I just went and demoed the whole of the 3rd album. So it sort of all came together last year, really, in terms of the demoing process. And it's a combination of a fair few new songs that I wrote last year, some that I've sort of been accumulating for the past few years, and some really old songs that I brought back, which is kind of how I've done the first 3 albums, really. It's just all about the tunes at the end of the day. Like, if they're good songs, get them in there. Be like ruthless about it.
How's it been creating a band? Who's in there now? What else are they doing?
Yeah, so we've got Alfie on the drums, Alfie Clayton, the powerhouse, the showman. He's a better frontman than me. I don't, literally don't doubt that for a second. He's fucking incredible. And his band are called Art, A-R-T, and which is also his initials, which is mental. But they supported us at the Scala and they got the whole place pumping, man. Like, they're fucking brilliant. And you should go and follow them, check them out, go see them live. They're unstoppable and they're quite often here at Rooz Studio, actually. So that's Alfie on the drums. We've got Leo on the bass, who's a great singer-songwriter in his own right. He's actually putting a band together at the moment. I don't know what they're going to be called yet, and I'm not sure he does either, but they're fucking brilliant. He's got some great songs, one in particular called Winnebago that I really like. Tom Monks is on the keys for the big shows, and when we can afford him, we'll have him as much as possible. He's incredible, and his own solo project is Tom Monks, his name, and he's also the keys player in 9 Below Zero, which is great. But his songwriting is fucking incredible, and his showmanship, his performance, he can play everything and does on all his albums and singles, and he's phenomenal. So go and check out Tom Monks. And last but not least, on backing vocals is Miss Luca May, who is a wonderful, soulful singer-songwriter who's in the process of making her debut album, which is going to be out next year, and I manage her as well. She's unbelievable, like, and you're going to be seeing some of her stuff on this show, I'm sure. Great stuff, like, you know, so soulful, a little bit like Teskey Brothers, bit of Joy Crooks in there, you know, Winehouse, it's all there, lyrics, melody, chords, incredible voice, and go and follow her, she's the next big thing.
So an important part of each record is the artwork on the cover. And in your first one you've got you, a bit of cheeky chappy busking. Second one, you move into a more reflective phase. Where's the third one going?
Well, Albert Jagger has taken a wicked picture of me, suited and with a hat on and everything, at my house actually. But yeah, it's a great photo, and Albert's obviously set all this up today, really helped us out. But what he described it as is the progression to now he knows what he's doing. And yeah, and I should hope so by the third album.
We hope so.
Yeah.
And as part of this third album, your progression, some have referred to you now as the godfather of the third wave. How does it feel going from being, you know, the little chap on the streets, busking, to now leading a bit of a movement?
It feels like... It feels like... I mean, it shouldn't feel like you're talking about me, because then it would all go to my head and I'd start booting things over and demanding champagne. But I fucking like it. Like, is it? Yeah, it's a nice... obviously, it's nice to be called something like that. That's a really nice term. And yeah, I'm not going to argue with that. If people want to say that, happy days.
It's not
but I won't be putting it in my bio or anything like that.
There's of course Scala, which was a wonderful, wonderful event.
Cheers, man.
Where's the next one, Laurie?
The Electric Ballroom on the 16th of December. Well, I've decided this. We'll have to talk to the promoter. But I've decided Luca May is main support. Tom McHugh is going to be comparing again and actually playing some songs as well this time. We've got Sweet Unrest and Super Swamp Jellyfish and Rudy, who's an MC who's also featuring on my third album on a song called Rave Now On Your Way. But that'll be on sale mid to late May, and yeah, it's gonna be sold out. We're gonna be busking all over London, hell for leather as always, and doing the charge.
Well, between the album and the ballroom, you've got a lot to look forward to. And before I let you go do your performance, is there one bit of advice you'd want to give an upcoming musician who wants to get into it right now?
Become entrepreneurial. Like, no one's taught business sense at school, or particularly in the music industry. But also, this kind of anti-establishment idea within bands where it's like money's dirty and, you know, don't be a businessman and that's all not good. Well, okay, have that mentality, but you better be sure someone is going to monetize you, right? So it's better that it's you and not all these people who are looking to rip you off. Like, throughout the past century, you just know all of these heroes of ours just got ripped off meticulously. Like, people like Steve Marriott just ended up dying really poor because he just got like rinsed constantly by business people and with bad contracts, bad advice, and it happened to everyone. It happened to the Beatles, you know, fucking anyone you can think of in the, you know, has been ripped off, right? So just learn about it. Like, try and think that you are in charge of this. Someone's not going to come along and make it all happen for you. Also, the music industry's never been harder for that to happen. They're not signing people willy-nilly. The industry's only going to come to you once you've created a business that they can then pinch the money off. So, like, they're not going to come to you unless you're pulling the numbers already, which begs the question, do you need them at all? Which is a whole different question for a whole different day. But yeah, just take control of your own shit. Don't get fucked up on drugs and alcohol, because believe me, it leads nowhere good. And yeah, just be business people about it. Be business minded. Be shameless about it as well. Like, someone's going to monetize you, so it may as well be you.
Well, Laurie, with that mentality, your work ethic, you're such an inspiration. So I'm sure that's going to change and you're going to be a big part of it. So Laurie, thank you so much for sitting down to speak to me. And now, we'd love to see you play some songs, especially from the new album. So what you got up your sleeve for us today then?
I'm gonna do one with me, Luca and Kieran called Bambi Legs.
Well Laurie, I can't wait. So go get warming up and leave me on my Todd. He's great, he's inspirational. It's Laurie Wright.
Cheers, you. 1, 2. I'm sleeping soundly again with a rat up in my arms. I'm not tonight when I'm woken up by early alarms. Cause when I look up and see her soundly sleeping, turn off my head on and let the cat in creeping. I do not want to wake my baby up from her sleep. She opens her eyes, people starting, her eyes meet mine. While the sunshine peeps through the pines. Once again I sway at the sunrise. We're all so in love, got free, but I feel fucked. So locked up and now I crave your touch. Every second I win I shatter, and so I live all the time. Even that all you were and mine. This love it feels so sublime. You know you're one of a kind, yeah. My clumsy little Bambi leg beauty.
I'm so glad that you choose.
Well, you mean everything to me. My clumsy little Bambi leg beauty. My clumsy little Bambi leg beauty. And so I'm there all the time.
All the time.
Even that all you were and mine.
You're always at my
This love it feels so sublime.
so sublime.
You know you're one of a kind, ah. My clumsy little Bambi leg beauty.
I'm so glad that you choose.
Well, you mean everything to me. My clumsy little Bambi leg beauty. My clumsy little Bambi leg beauty. My clumsy little Bambi leg beauty.
Whoa.
My clumsy little Bambi leg beauty.
Whoa.
My clumsy little Bambi leg beauty. My clumsy little Bambi leg.
Believe it or not, there's more to bass players than meets the eye. I know that, and so does Laurie Wright. Here's Leo, who plays bass in his band, with his excellent song, Winnebago.
Well, these days I feel like you're Winnebago. Since you've been taken away near about everything, I'll pick you up and take you anywhere they go. But just don't take your back foot, don't take your foot off me, oh. Don't take your foot off me, I like our little arrangement. I break my back for the scraps while you take everything between my heart and that I'm a double agent. But just don't take your foot off me. Oh, I got a real answer, but I just don't wanna know. Oh, I got her in the eyes, but my heart just won't let her go. Oh, I can't barely remember the world I knew on my own. Oh, I got a real answer, but I just don't wanna know. Well, these days I feel you'd rather a sailboat. Said you've been stuck driving round these past 1,000 years. I might not mind so much if I gotta say so, but just don't take your foot off me. And I sense I don't know something that he does. See how he rides all relaxed like he's got none to fear, but I can tell he's laughing behind his windows. But just don't take your foot off me. Oh, I got a real answer, but I just don't wanna know. Oh, I got her in the act, but my heart just won't let her go. Oh, I can't barely remember the life I knew on my own. I got a real answer, but I just don't wanna know. These days I feel like you're in a Winnebago. Since you've been taken away near about everything, I'll pick you up and take you anywhere that you go. But just don't take your back, but don't.
Now we've got Adult Cat, a great live band, lovely blokes too, three brothers and their drummer. They've got a song called Black Cow Saloon.
I throw my coin into your jukebox, but I left my wallet in the back of a cab that's bound for Chinatown. I'll see you soon, and I hope you're well, 'cause I heard you lost your marbles there, but I'm sure they'll come around. Oh, somewhere off the old main drive, I'm going to Broadway to take drugs in the doorway, leads to the Black Cow Saloon. I'll go to the West End to big fights with the rest and show them how we like to play the tune. Throw my coin into your well, but I left my wish in the back of the cab that's leaving this old town. I heard you'd gone, but ask me as well, to the other side of the kissing gate, but I'm sure you'll come around, round somewhere off the old main drive. I'm going to Camden, 'cause I heard there's a man there who likes the way we like to play the tune. I'm going to Soho, but I'm afraid I'm going solo, 'cause I don't like crowds in the Black Cow Saloon. I need a doctor, 'cause I never got her, sneaking round that old saloon. Going to Broadway to take drugs in the doorway, leads to the Black Cow Saloon. Going to Soho, but I'm afraid I'm going solo, 'cause they don't like crowds at the Black Cow Saloon.
With me now, I've got someone who is absolutely incredible. So you're going to enjoy this. He's amazing. Here's the wonderful John Denton.
Alright, thank you.
John, thanks for coming down.
Cheers from me, thank you.
So John, you're only 14, but you're doing so well with your songs, with performances. What started it all for you?
Top of this pub, and there was a karaoke machine, and I think Chrissy's birthday it was. He sang Highway to Hell by AC/DC, and basically I just liked the song. So obviously went home, got my dad's phone off him, and listened to like a bunch of like AC/DC, and obviously that led on to like Guns N' Roses and that, and Queen. And I think about a year later when I was about 8, I got a guitar, and that was sort of around the same time when I was, getting into like Manchester music, like Oasis and Stone Roses and obviously Smiths. So yeah.
And there was all those kind of bands, AC/DC and Smiths as well. You were kind of playing and trying to copy their tracks a bit.
I don't know. I mean, I just listen to songs that I like really, and I don't necessarily want to copy off bands, but just sort of write songs that just as good. Yeah. Eventually, yeah.
So when did you first start performing your songs that you were writing?
I did my first gig when I was 11. I think I might have played one of my own songs, but there's about 30 of it. And I'm not joking by the way. So I looked up at this site and just this like really dodgy website. Not in that way, but and it said like how many songs does it need to play a 30-minute set or like an hour set, and it said 30 songs. So like I just believed it at 11. So yes, I did 30 songs, including one of my own, which I can't even remember now. But yeah, so shouldn't have gone back on that side. But yeah,
there were some very quick songs or a very long set.
Yeah.
So I've heard you started busking up in Manchester, where you're from.
Yeah. So about sorry to interrupt, by the way.
That's
just
fine,
so about like December when I was I think it was like 11 years old in December. I busked from like maybe like 11 to like 13, and obviously I started doing so many gigs at weekends that I can't really do it anymore. But
yeah.
So it was a good experience.
How do you find it by yourself on the streets, busking in the rain? What did you learn?
Don't go to Manchester when you're 11. See a lot of things that you probably shouldn't see, but it's quite educational in some ways.
So going from there into actual venues, how do you find the actual venues with other artists, supporting bands? How's that experience for you?
Well, I mean, I prefer experience because I guess that when you're busking, you just sort of trying to make some money basically. When you go out with your mates. But obviously when you go to venues and stuff, it's like you're actually there to play your own stuff and sort of prove yourself to other people. So I prefer it, to be honest. Yeah.
And then along the way, you've had a bit of help and a bit of support, notably from a man who's part of the Smiths, Johnny Marr.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Yeah, so I'm from a place called Salford in Manchester. Salford Foundation are like a local charity. He basically gave them the grant and said, well, you know, can you help a young person from Salford in there? I applied and then they took me for a meeting and I got it, yeah, so it's really good, yeah.
It's great. How have you found that's helped you?
Well, totally, yeah. I mean, I got some guitar lessons, a few singing lessons too, which I wasn't too comfortable doing, you know, because of warm-ups and that, but they really helped me, you know, totally, yeah. I've met John twice, so I met him once at a record signing when I was about 11. I waited outside Piccin Records for like 3 hours. I wouldn't have done it for anyone else. But yeah, so I met him before, and then obviously he invited me backstage at a piece after, a few months after the awards, so yeah, it was great to meet him again.
That's really cool. So what kind of advice would you have for other people your age, maybe younger, who want to get into writing songs, playing? What kind of things have you learned that you advise other people?
I mean, it's a tough question really. I think I've always thought that, like, you know, especially in songwriting, there's no rules basically. Like, you know, everyone's sort of their own thing. So, you know, you don't need to take much, you know, advice or like inspiration from anyone else if you don't want to. But just listen to like the songs that you think are great and that you love, and just keep writing songs basically. And you know, eventually you'll write, you know, similar songs that, you know, and hopefully, you know, eventually like make your own sound, which is what I'm trying to do. So yeah.
So we've talked about the Smiths, and you're a boy from Salford, so you must have had your photo done outside Salford Lads Club.
Yeah, so funnily enough, it's actually the venue that I've played the most times, like, out of any. I think my first gig at Salford Lads Club was when I was about 11, and this like TA who I used to like play guitar with a lot in primary school, she sort of hooked me up with him. Not like that. Anyway, so yeah, played my first gig there when I was 11. It was really good. Like, it was, you know, of course, it was an absolute honour to be, you know, to be one of the few people that played there. And eventually, I did a headline gig there with my old band. It was amazing, yeah, sold out. Brilliant night.
So John, if I had to ask you to pick one album, your favourite of all time, what is it?
So I mean, you know, I'm only 14, so I don't know if this will change ever. But the Stone Roses debut, like, it's just perfect.
except from Don't Stop, which is like a reverse track of Waterfall. Like, if you put me on like a desert island, I pick that song. You know, I pick that album. Just amazing, like everything about it.
How have you found it so far in the industry? How have you found your experience?
Since digital music's come in, I think things have changed a lot. Obviously, unless you've got like a massive backing behind you. You know, whether that's a record label behind you or sort of your own background. It's pretty tough, really. I think a big issue that I've heard a lot of people talking about obviously is that before you sign to a record label, like they sort of want the whole brand all ready for you. When in the 80s, for example, they used to obviously get you and then sort of help you do that yourself. Obviously now you've got to have the whole package basically before they sign you. So as a 14-year-old, it's hard to figure out really, but I've got time. So bit tough, but people like obviously like Sam Fender make it. So
Well, look, you've done so well. You've done so well. You've done so much already.
Thank you.
So what are you looking to do? What do you want to do in the future?
I mean, I've always loved like bands like the Stone Roses and Oasis, Smiths. Again, so I'd just like to be as big as them really. Write just as good songs as them. Just reach my potential basically. It sounds a bit cheesy when I say that, but hopefully. There's a long way to go, but give it a go. Yeah.
John, thanks so much for speaking to me today. Now, I hope you got your guitar with you because we'd love to hear a song. So, what song are we going to hear?
So it's a song that I wrote a few months ago called Wait Until It All Works Out.
Wait Until It Works Out.
Yeah, I like it. Well, currently it's my favourite song that I've just written, so yeah.
Well, I'm sure I'm going to love it too. So go get your guitar in tune and you'll hear that in a bit.
Thank you.
Wish that I could know more about the strain on my door. It's keeping me inside. All the things to talk about, all the things to go without. Maybe in another time. All the things have been undone, but I've been waiting far too long. It's right in front of you. All the times that I've lied and the things I've kept inside. Oh, and now I know it's true. I've waited all my life for the people of the world to show. We're wasting all of our time. But I'm tired of lying here, just waiting till it all works out. It doesn't matter much to me. Wish that I could make sense of making people jump the fence just to get away out of here. It ain't easy to keep strong, 'cause I don't know where I belong. Neither do you. All the days have come round fast. I think I might forget the past anytime soon. All the times that I've tried to make the pain feel soft inside. Oh, and now I want it to. I've waited all my life for the people of the world to show. We're wasting all of our time. But I'm tired of lying here, just waiting till it all works out. It doesn't matter much to me.
I really enjoyed speaking to John, and guess who he was speaking to about a week later? The one and only Bruce Springsteen. He was backstage with him at the Manchester Co-op Arena. How cool is that?
That's amazing, but you know what I heard as well? Is that he was then propping up the bar with no other than the Edge from U2.
With the Edge from U2?
It's true, and then he was a bit cheeky as well. He gave him a CD and he said, only call me back if you like it.
Well, if I was the Edge, I think I'd be giving him a call, because he's got some pretty good songs that he's written on that CD. For our next segment, I'm going to hand over to the brilliant Louisa.
Thanks, Ewan. I've got Chaz Leman here with me. He's gonna play his new song, soon to be released, Situation Normal.
Again, and I'm out of work. Money's all expensive now before the lips hurt. And the bees make honey to survive, while we make money from those who never cry. Open inside the situation, no, no. Situation, no, no. Situation, no. And the times lay home. Kids come from their lands again before they're hurt. And the best that they can hope for is to survive, while they make money for those who never cry. Hoping inside the situation, no, no. Situation, no, no. Situation, no. Honeybees make honey to survive, while we make money for those who never cry. Open inside the situation, no, no. Situation, no, no. Situation, no.
Next up, we've got a song from Pretty Great Three-Piece. They're making waves and leaving their mark on the London scene. It's Bleach. Now join with me, I've got the absolutely marvellous Max Bianco. Max, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Well,
How you doing?
All good, thanks. How's things?
Yeah, grand, yeah.
All good.
Very good.
Well, Max, coming from Hartlepool, up in the northeast, how did you get into writing songs?
Oof. The depression of this town. It was like, there's nothing much to do really up there at the time. Like, you know, I wasn't very good at football. I tried to join the army, but I was going to be I was signed up to be a paratrooper. I signed all the forms because I hate heights. So I thought if I have to jump into battle, the scariest thing would be jumping out the fucking aeroplane or the helicopter. But as I went to go and post the forms off, I thought, nah, I don't think I'm hard enough. So I didn't post them. And I was telling my mum for weeks, I've not heard back from the army. Have you? She's like, no. I was like, yeah, I sent the forms off though. You signed them right, didn't you, mum? She was like, yeah. But yeah, no, I wimped out. And that's the only thing to do up there, really. I used to work on the steelworks, join the forces, be on the dole, or, you know, go to jail. And I decided to be a musician. So I had to leave, really. There wasn't really much space. But
So where'd you leave down to? Down to London? To Cambridge, I've mentioned before?
Cambridge, yeah. So a friend of mine had a room going in Cambridge, and I thought, it's close enough to the big city, you know. So I didn't intend to stay there very long, but I met a lot of the local musicians, like Josh Robbins, Imlac, George Breakfast, Johnny Wright. Like, the list is endless. There's a very talented crowd there. Fabian was one of the first people I met there. And yeah, I kind of just enjoyed jamming with those guys, you know, it's a couple of years before lockdown, when like Cambridge is quite an acoustic place. The folk festivals there, obviously, it was just enjoyable, man. Like I said, I didn't really think too much of the future from that point. I thought, if I need to get into the big city, it's 40 minutes on the train. But yeah, things have changed recently, so I'll be moving into the big city very soon.
Well, things have changed as well with the music. There's been some really big things you've done, such as the Roundhouse recently with the Libertines.
Yeah, it was chaotic. Like, it was, I remember this. The only thing I remember from that gig was I was on stage, and I don't remember much of it, but I remember for like 10 seconds I thought, fucking hell, things are about, like, something's really about to happen, change. There's about nearly 4,000 people who were just quiet while I was playing the song. And I was like, they don't know who I am. They had no right to be quiet for me, really. They, you know, normally they're a rowdy crowd, the Libertines bunch. And I was singing, and I just looked to the right, and I got Peter in the wings next to my manager Adam, and I was like, yeah, that's the only thing I really remember of the whole evening. I was like, because it was like a dream to play the Roundhouse, so I got to cross that one off the list as well, you know.
Yeah, there's been a lot of love shown towards you from the Libertines crowds, Peter especially.
Yeah.
There's a great moment, was it in Bath, I believe, where he played one of your songs to you?
Yeah, so yeah, he took my guitar off me, sang my song at me, and then the gig after that, he came on stage with me while I was singing. All of a sudden I heard everybody cheering, and I was like, I kind of knew what was going on, because he was singing Find My Way to You constantly, like on tour, just backstage, walking around. And yeah, I heard everybody cheering, and I just looked to my right, and he came over and shared the mic with me, and I was like, wow, man, like, I was maybe just thinking, nobody gets a chance to do these things often because if it weren't for him, I'd never been a songwriter in the first place. It was listening to his music that made me want to do what he was doing. And then to have him singing my song with me on stage was like thrill, you know, like high thrill. I don't think you can really beat that to any degree, really.
That's so incredible. It's an incredible moment. And there's a lot of support shown there from him. Yeah. And then there's been support in other ways that's come along with management as well.
Yeah, so I came across a guy called Adam O'Sullivan first. He's running a bar in Cambridge called the 66. He owns it. It's a whole branding thing he's doing. It's really admirable because he's on his own, basically. And I was persuaded him to be my manager for ages because he used to work in the industry. He used to be a booking agent and a DJ. And I, for ages, I was saying to him, you know, take me on. I need a manager. You know, I need somebody. Cause I need a third brain. And he goes, there was one day he made a phone call to get me this gig in North London somewhere. And I couldn't, because the train strikes at the time, he got me an Uber ordered there and back. And he just put the phone down, he looked at me and went, Max, you feck. He goes, I am your manager. And I went, you said it, not me. And we met Sally and Margate. And we talked to Sally. She took on Where's King recently. He was a fantastic songwriter. And Sally she didn't really want to get into management, I don't think. It's the same kind of story for her. Like, she was PR, and she's a fantastic PR. I released a single with her, and she smashed it, you know. But yeah, her and Adam teamed up, so I've got the two of the best managers I could really find, you know. And they're both just so fucking good at what they do, and I don't have to think about anything now. I just have to get up and write songs. That's all I'm expected to do, instead of like expecting to do all the networking and all the emails. I can just sit back and do all the drinking and all the writing now. So.
Well, with all this great support around you now, got a bit more time to write songs, a bit more coming out lately.
Yeah, I've wrote a whole new album's worth at least, but a new album of songs that's ready to go and record. So I should start doing them in 2 weeks from now. Whenever this comes out, it was 2 weeks from this day. And I'm excited about it. Like, there's a bit more, it's slightly bit more mature in a way because of the things I've experienced. But I think it's also reverted back to the fun side of myself, where I don't have to be so serious as well. So yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah. Well, Max, I'm excited to hear it.
Oh,
and I'm excited as well to hear your
I'll
song
give you
you've been
first
playing
listen.
as well. Well, hopefully I'll get a first listen of the song you're about to play for us in a bit.
The next song I'm going to play actually is, I've always wanted to do a version of a song I've already released called Never Coming Home, but I've always wanted to do like this bougie version on the electric. So I know you also as well, I just want to say this: I love you, Charles Bueller. It's for you.
Well, Max, I cannot wait to hear it. So go get yourself ready.
Yeah.
Thanks so much again for chatting to us.
Thanks for having us.
It's been a pleasure.
Anytime.
Now you're in for something very special. Max, go get yourself ready, because he's going to play for us his song, Never Coming Home. Hope you enjoy.
I've been running through your cities, trying to make a friend. I've been running down the corridors with too much time at hand, and you know I'm feeling all alone. Find out my way, to you I have no name. You might think that I look weird when we all look the same, and you know I'm feeling all alone. You should know I'm never coming home. If I fall down, would you pick me up? I don't think that you could until fill your cup, and you know I'm feeling all alone. You should know I'm never coming home. Everybody's making love except for you and me. I'm so sick of being tired, I just wanna get back to sleep, and you know I'm feeling all alone. You should know I'm feeling all alone. You should know I'm never coming home.
And with that, our first episode comes to an end. I really enjoyed that.
Well, I think we all did, and we've got a lot of great stuff to come, including acts from our recent launch party at Rooz Studios in May.
Well, until episode 2, take care, and we'll see you soon.
So Max, what are you going to play for us next?
Well, I'm going to play my song Never Coming Home.
Yes, get yourself ready.
Will do. Now, normally we only talk about music, but you're a big Man U fan,
Yeah.
so I'll allow it. Who is your favourite United player?
Oh, tough question, you know.
Go on, one name.
Scholes? No. Actually. Scholes. Why not?
Scholes.
Yeah, love him.
Solid choice. And if you had to be a footballer, not a musician, what position would you play?
Musician. Tough question. I've got an 100% scoring ratio from my school team with my one appearance, so striker, why not?
Not bad.
Why not? Who's your favourite Chelsea player?
Of all time?
Both. Like right now, all time. But you can't say Palmer, because I know
That's fine. So of all time, Hazard was who I grew up loving, Lampard as well. At the minute, I'm quite a big fan of Levi Colwell.
Yeah.
I like Levi Colwell.
Yeah. So do I. Think he's
Good defender.
Yeah. He had that he had that goal line clearance against Leeds.
Yeah.
Not Leeds. Greece.
Good. He's a future captain.
For England.
Maybe for England, for Chelsea for sure.
I could see Chelsea, but yeah, no.
Maybe not.
Because he obviously made Caicedo, captain. So yeah, it's a weird one.
Anyway, so match of the day. So we'll leave the football there.
Yeah, of course.